Um,
Real quick, what is your guilty pleasure Christian movie? Because I know you've seen some.
okay, yes, I have seen some. I have moved beyond um the term guilty pleasure,
Okay.
only because I have learned both from the wrestler CM Punk and the musician Dave Grohl that, you know what? You shouldn't feel guilty about enjoying what you enjoy. If there's a
All
movie
right.
or a band or a book or a show or whatever that you may look at as outside of the norm of what people would think you like,
Yeah.
that's fine. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Don't feel guilty about enjoying it. Just enjoy it. That being said, my guilty pleasure Christian movie. Hmm.
There's also categories, right? There's like movies about the Bible.
Well, there are movies about the Bible. There's movies who that are about people of faith, and then there are like your Christian production company
And
movies.
I think I'm asking more Christian production.
Yeah, because I can tell you that my favorite movie about a faith-based person is actually a show. It's called Father Brown, and it's about a priest that solves
I love Father
mysteries.
Brown
Yeah, that's great stuff. Um,
with
so
Weasley.
so there's a series of movies that were made. They were like written, produced, directed, all by a I don't know if he was a youth pastor or a regular pastor. But the first one he did was called Facing the Giants.
Hmm.
It's a high school football
That was a
movie.
moment.
It was a high school
He
football
did
movie.
Fireproof,
Yeah,
Courageous,
there's the the
War
cop movie, the
Room.
fireman movie. So there's a lot of that stuff. But I think that Facing the Giants, you know, favorite. I like sports movies as much as I dislike sports in general. I do like sports movies, and I didn't think that that was that bad. I thought it had, some good messages in it, and I like a high school football team that goes from underdog to champion. So I didn't mind.
Totally.
I didn't mind Facing the Giants too much.
There's a bunch that make me laugh. And if you like these movies, that's totally your call. But if you're watching this show, I don't get the vibe you do.
Hmm.
So God's Not Dead is really funny to
Oh
me.
my God, Kevin
It's
Sorbo,
humorous. It's humorous to watch. Yes, because of Kevin Sorbo.
The Duck
But
Dynasty guys are in that too,
and the Newsboys.
and the
But my
Newsboys.
favorite one is a little movie that ruined millennials everywhere called Left Behind.
Oh yeah. Well, you're talking about the Kirk Cameron ones, right? Not the
Oh
Nick
yeah.
Cage big budget remake.
No, he doesn't count.
Okay.
Although I'm sure that's a multiverse thing we could talk about.
Mm.
But no, that movie ruined my sixth grade because Jesus was coming tomorrow
Oh yeah.
and I was doomed. And planes would fall out of the sky, and I had to read all about how the Antichrist was coming, which that preceded, no, that succeeded a movie from the
A
70s called
Thief
A
in the
Thief in the
Night.
Night.
Yeah, baby.
And if you
That
want a
was
good time
that was a movie that ruined did for me what Left Behind did for you. We watched it as a church.
with
It was
like
like a Sunday night.
numbers tattooed on your
When
head and the
the
mark of the
woman wakes up and
beast.
the buzzer, the hair buzzer, the beard buzzer is just like buzzing in the sink and like,
You got Larry Norman playing I Wish We'd All Been Ready in the
oh
background.
my
Like,
God.
it's a moment.
That
It's
is
a bop.
that is something. That movie, I wouldn't say it's a favorite, but that's a oh, you know what another okay, wait, I may have to change my favorite.
Here we go.
There's a hate watch one I like that
We're getting free right now, by the
it's
way.
not exactly a Christian movie, but it was supported by a lot, and it's called Mazes and Monsters.
Oh yeah.
The one with Tom Hanks where he
Uh-huh.
plays Dungeons and Dragons, although in the movie it's called Mazes and Monsters, and he
Mm-hmm.
takes it a little too seriously, and they use it to kind of fuel the satanic panic of the 80s and how that game was leading people to sin and insanity and devil worship and all that.
Oh yeah.
So that would be another one. Now I will say, growing up, there was a cartoon I really liked called Adventures in Odyssey.
All hail Mr. Whitaker.
Yeah, I don't. It's been a long time since I've seen any of them. But part of me feels like they might hold up as cheesy cartoons of the time.
No, they actually hold up as like, oh, that's saying something because now my kids listen to it and I can quote these episodes because I listen to them religiously. But
Are you
like,
talking about the old radio show?
yeah, and you listen to some and you're like, ooh, God, you're speaking to me.
Yeah, it's three. It's the idea of like from the mouths of babes comes
Yes.
prophecy kind of thing, where like you have these adult Christian movies that are widely awful, but you watch some of these cartoons or old shows like McGee and Me
Mm-hmm.
or Adventures in Odyssey, The Last Chance Detectives, and they have some solid stuff in them.
It's theology and it's really good. But if Left Behind is my number three, Prince of Egypt is my number two. Like, first of all, Val Kilmer is the voice of Moses in that.
What do you mean your number three and number two? Like
Oh, I'm rating them.
rating them. See, I wouldn't call that a Christian movie though. It's just a movie about a historical
Yeah, but
character.
it's faith and let me tell you, like the Plagues song, whew,
Mm,
somebody should have gotten an Oscar for that one.
yeah,
But the best Christian movie, hands down, and I know you'll agree with me on this one,
hit me.
Jonah, a Veggie-tales story.
Now I gotta say, as far as Veggie-tales is concerned, I was never really big on the
I was
movies.
too old for it by the time it
I
came
think I
around.
aged out of the movies, but I always did like the pirates who don't do anything.
We just stay at home and lie around. And
If
if
you
you
ask
ask us
us
to do
to do
anything,
anything, we'll just
we'll
tell
just tell
you
you
we
we
don't
don't
do
do
anything.
anything. We need to get off this show
Yeah.
before we continue this.